Welcome back to the 15 grand renovation project here in rural France. Now in the previous video we had a huge clear up and we got ourselves organised and we know what we're doing now. What we're doing is we're going to be removing the last part of that ceiling. We're currently on the first floor or second floor if you're American, I guess. But that there needs to come down. Of course, before that, we'll cut out the door frame as well. And then once that's all out, we can finally start removing the old joists. And then put new ones in. It's coming in. No rest for the wicked. Let's get on with it.
So we're just going to continue now cutting these into manageable bits so we can put them on the trailer, so when the dump or the tip, the déchetterie is open, we can take them there, and it's just easy getting them up and down the stairs. So handy size. Let's keep going. We've got one more bit to remove. It's not supporting anything, it's actually loose at the top, so there's no problem about compromising the strength of the roof above. But this will mean that when we take the ceiling down, we're going to actually have a clear run at it. So one more bit to go and then we'll be on with getting that floor out. So let's do it. So we're using the reciprocating saw with a metal and wood blade. What that means is everywhere is peppered with little hidden nails or tacks, screws, things we can't see, and it means we can keep cutting through and there's no harm done. A traditional saw, circular saw, or even a chainsaw would be, one, very noisy, dangerous, but more importantly, it's very easy to get in all those nooks and crannies, so it's the ideal tool for the job. And it's going to provide us with a really good shot at getting all these joists cut out. So let's go. They're all breaking.
That's fine. I think I should put this bag, shouldn't I?
We've just finished removing the old tomettes, those tiles, those terracotta tiles, the beautiful old tiles. We saved as many as we could, but there were a number which were broken, and I've got a theory for that, and that is because where these joists and the floor had actually sagged, the tiles have gone down and they've all pushed against each other, and it's like that ripple effect. It's just crazed, it's all cracked. And we noticed that they were very heavily painted. So my theory is they put a bit of something in there, a bit of filler, and they painted over the top just to make it look good and keep it usable. The job now is get rid of this. As you can see, there's a good chunk of this dirt that sits on top of the boards, and then underneath we've got the old lars or the slats, with the old-fashioned plaster. So first job, we're going to just shovel straight into the bags, keep it as contained as we can, get them all ready for the tip, and then it'll be planks off, sealing off, and then we've got a good blank canvas to be getting on with, making a plan for setting out the joists. So let's do it.
So we're getting there. We've just got a little bit more tidying up to do, but I just wanted to show you what we're using. It's the sac à gravat. These are the bags that we use. They're canvas and they're reusable. So the reason why we're using these predominantly, as opposed to just lobbing everything out the window, is because this allows us to keep the renovation somewhat tidier, somewhat more organised. And on the other end, when we go to the dump, it's really easy to unload and quicker to unload as well. So we're not at the dump for ages and we're not shoveling it off the trailer, which is quite exhausting. So we're learning, they're really good, and plus they're easy to just drag down the stairs. So there you go. If you're in France, sac à gravat, they come in lots of 5 or 10. This lot of 5 cost about €6.50, so just over €1 per bag. Reusable, really reasonable. Get yourself some sac à gravat. This isn't sponsored, by the way. I just like them. Okay, let's get on with the work.
We're all cleared up, now it's time to get one of these joists out, so let's do it. So we're going to cut them into thirds so they're easy to move about. And someone did mention, which is very clever, if we cut them on the angle on both sides, we'd actually in theory just have 2 ends which are supporting the middle. I'm only going to cut it very slightly on the angle because the longer the angle, the more of a slope, the longer the cut, and it's going to be tough with the old girl anyway. But what we don't want to be doing is cutting miles more than we need to. So slightly skew width cut, which will hold it in place as long as it's not dead straight. And even if it was dead straight, it's still going to just drop down a bit and it'll actually be supported on there. But when you cut the other end quite right, it could come down. So a little bit of an angle cut. Let's get on with it. Perfect. So you can really clearly see now, this distance here was the dirt from here to here. Those tomettes sat on top of there, and this was the top of the beam. And we need to finish at this level with our modern floor, or our new floor. So we've got enough room. We're going to have to make these holes nice and tidy. One, so we can get the length of the timber in to be able to pull it out so it goes in at either end, but also to take up the difference, because our floor is going to just sit straight on top. We're obviously not going to have the mud, as much as it was a good idea a few hundred years ago, or whenever it was.
Well, it's the end of the work for today. Nick is behind just measuring up so we know what length joists we need. And you know what? We're starting to feel like, although the demolition phase isn't finished, we're renewing the joists. Out with the old, in with the new. So it's kind of like soon will be the beginning of that renewal phase, you know, and it's going to be very, very strange once the new joists come in. I just want to show you as well, sledgehammer. We stopped off at the shop today, bought this, and yeah, this was of course really handy when it came to removing that ceiling there. And that was messy, wasn't it? But thanks to the canvas bags, we tied it up as we went, and I think our future selves will be thanking us, because the canvas bags are ready to go to the tip, and that just makes life so much easier. In fact, I've got loads of canvas bags downstairs by the door ready to go, and yeah, we've been up and down the stairs quite a lot today, but very happy, and I'm in good company, so I can't complain, can I? But that's going to be it from me, and from the both of us. We will be seeing you in the next video. Stay tuned. Bye.